When Nnamdi Kanu was telling us about the state of Nigeria years ago, many of you were taking him for granted. But what is happening now is an eye-opener to everyone. And what the US has said in this particular video has made many Nigerians to wake up. Because the message they sent is not even an ordinary one. And for the Bola Tinubu's debates, I don't know when we are going to get to a definitive end about Tinubu, because what he has been accused of, despite him being the president or being fraudulently elected the president, it's just beyond my own imagination. Well, before showing you the US message and what the US sent to the Nigerian press, I'm going to be leaving you with this particular video of what Reno Mokri had to say about Bola Tinubu few years ago.
Chicago myself. I went to the court where Bola Tinubu had this issue. I went to the Chicago State University. I went there, I saw the documents myself. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. I went there. Another person isn't telling me. You see the picture on the screen. I took that picture. If you move to the right, you're going to see me in that picture. Bola Tinubu is a known drug lord. He has this man who's meant to be the Minister of Labor and Productivity, or rather say on productivity, who went on TV to try to hoodwink Nigerians, telling them that the charge against Bola Tinubu was just for tax, that all he paid was tax, that he had nothing to do with drugs. That is a big lie. I have the document here. Nigerians can see it. I hope you can see it on the screen here. I have the document here. It actually says, and if you look at it, it says docket. A docket, and as I'm speaking, your viewers can go on Google and fact check me. A docket is used for a criminal pending. A criminal pending. So you don't use a docket for a civil matter. And then right on the very first paragraph on this docket, it says that this is a forfeiture action under under 21 USC Section 881. USC is the United States Criminal Code. I will state it again. USC is the United States Criminal Code. Now, if you're watching at home, you can go on Google and you can fact check me. The United States Criminal Code is Title 18, USC, United States Criminal Code. And I'm going to read what Section 881 of the USC, the Criminal Code, says. This is it. I'm reading it. Nigerians can see it here. This is what I'm reading. It says, the following shall be subject to forfeiture to the United States, and no property rights shall exist in them. All monies, negotiable instruments, securities, or other things of value furnished or intended to be furnished by any person in exchange for a controlled substance or listed chemical in violation of this subchapter, all proceeds traceable to such an exchange, and all monies, negotiable instruments, and securities used or intended to be used to facilitate any violation of this subchapter. The word used there is controlled substances. Now, for Nigerians who may not understand this, a controlled substance are what they call narcotics, hard drugs. In this case, it was white heroin. Bola Tinubu was involved in a white heroin cartel. We know, and he was the treasurer of that cartel. And then he put some monies into an account. He was working for Mobil. And as he was working for Mobil, his salary was $2,400. Yet he paid in a total of $1.4 million into several accounts. Now, he was asked to explain how he got those monies. He could not explain how he got those monies. So one of those accounts, the monies in there, $460,000, it was forfeited to the United States government. It was not taxed. Now, there is only one agency of the United States government that has been given the authority to take forfeited amount, and that is the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. If you look at the case of the U.S. state, the state versus Ishmael Zambalda, who was the leader of the Sinaloa drug cartel, the exact same language that was used in this docket is the exact same language that was used for that man, Ishmael Zambalda. And if you're watching me, you can Google it. That it says that you agree to forfeit $5 million to the United States. Word for word with what was used for Bola Tinubu. The only difference is the amount. Bola Tinubu forfeited $460,000. Ishmael Zambalda forfeited $5 million. But the source of the money came from the same place, drugs.
Yeah. So guys, without wasting much of your time, let's get straight to the content of what the US sent to the Nigerian press. You know, with what is happening in Nigeria now, many people are still blaming Tinubu and many people are still telling him that he doesn't have a certificate. But a few days ago, he brought someone to Nigeria and told the whole country that Alex, if you can remember in my last video, he told everyone that Alex was his classmate. In case you haven't watched that particular video of Alex, you can still go back and watch that particular video where Bola Tinubu told Nigerians that Alex was one of his classmates in Chicago State University. Let's not forget that up until now, Bola Tinubu has not presented his certificate to court after P2B applied and queried him. Well, according to People's Gazette, the US has just warned its citizens to avoid Nigerian military bases and the government facilities. And we are going to be getting straight to the content of what the US had to write. Now, I read. The US mission in Nigeria has warned its employees and citizens to avoid non-official visits to Nigerian military bases and government facilities. If you can remember very well, about a week ago plus now, over 200 people were killed in Benue. Up until now, the federal government led by Bola Tinubu have failed to arraign those people who committed such barbaric acts. Well, let's continue. In a statement published on its website on Sunday, the US mission in Nigeria cited concerns arising from current global developments as the reason for warning its citizens and employees to avoid visits to military bases and government facilities. Due to increased security concerns arising from current global developments, US Mission Nigeria informs US citizens that all US Embassy employees and their families are prohibited from non-official travel to a Nigerian military site or other government venue in Abuja at this time. The US mission further warned American citizens in Nigeria to stay alert in public places, with particular attention to locations and venues where Westerners, expatriates, and government officials frequent. This was the US message sent to the Nigerian press. And with this, it clearly shows that the US has its eyes on Nigeria. And if you can clearly remember, in Nnamdi Kanu's last court trial, the US sent 2 observers. Well, at this point, no one can foresee what will happen on the 18th of July, because from the way things are heading, it clearly shows that the US might also send another set of observers to come and monitor the proceedings on that very day. Well, like this video, share this video, and hit the subscribe button below for more trending updates.